What is important when buying a boat? Here I've got a few tips for you. First of all, when you arrive, have a general overview of the boat. After that, start going into looking into details. For example, over here, here's a scratch. It's probably quite easy to fix because this is a steel boat. If it is a polyester boat, start looking around for small cracks around fittings. Small spots of rust is actually an indication that there might be more problems with the boat. Have a good look at the teak deck as well. Here you can see that the rubber is dried out and as well that the general condition of the teak is in very bad shape. Of course, it's not only looking the outside of the boat, the quite obvious thing. Especially if you don't use a surveyor, make sure that the boat gets lifted out of the water, because underneath the waterline there might be a lot of things being hidden. There's appearing some bubbles in the hull, which can mean that there is osmosis and it means an expensive repair job. Another point you should check is a rudder, either on a sailing boat but as well on a motorboat. For example, on this sailing boat I should give it a good shake and I can feel straight away that the bottom bearing has worn out. Check as well that all the zinc notes are in real good shape, like this one is really bad. If zinc notes are worn out like this one, it might be an indication that there's actually problems with the hull. Once you're inside of the boat, of course one of the first things you should check is just the general impression of the varnish work, if it is all in good shape. Let the water run for quite a while. Not only it gives an indication what the quality of the water is, because if it is smelly and old then you can feel it straight away, but as well it gives an indication if the sink is blocked. And if you really daredevil, taste the water. If there's a refrigerator on the boat, check if actually the cooling is working. And have a good look inside if there's no fungus and terrible smells inside of it. When it is a sailing boat, check as well the keel bolts if there are no leaks and no corrosion. Check as well that the bilge pumps are working. In this case, no problem. Have a good look for the engine compartment. One of the things with an engine, of course, it creates noise. Check that the insulation is really good. One of the first things, of course, when you need is when you leave the harbour is starting the engine. Go downstairs and actually hear if the engine starts immediately. Once you've started the motor, make sure there aren't any vibrations on board. Make sure that the throttle is responding accordingly what you are doing. So if you go forward, the boat is moving forward. If you go backwards, that the boat is responding to that. Of course, one of the first things what you have to do on a sailing boat is hoisting the sails. Furling the jib, and I guess you see, this is going really smoothly. That's an important thing because that just means that everything has been working and the owner has been looking after his boat. This boat is having an autopilot, so just assure it, push the button, and here we go. Get now a thorough look around the boat, but as well inside of the boat. Next point is the documentation of the boat. It's a real good idea to print out the brochure which is standing on our side along with you. Because on the specifications you can check all the items listed if they're actually on board. In case you were not able to bring along the specification, ask the seller of the boat if you can get as much as possible documentation. Nowadays most shipyards provide an owner's manual. Make sure as a buyer that you can just have a look through it, because the owner's manual provides a lot of details. Most likely you're buying the boat as a private person, so it's really valuable for you to know if value added tax has been paid on the boat. Ask the seller of the boat if he can prove documentation of value added tax being paid. In case the seller hasn't brought along the bill of sale or the sales contract, just ask him to fax it or send a copy by mail. But if you actually got to buy the boat, make sure you get the real copy in your hands.